Hi guys, this is a tutorial for Olympic Dice, the roll and write game that I created for the ninth contest on the Board Game Geek. So the game it's basically an Olympic that you will have 7 different type of disciplines. You will have a training stage, and then of course the idea is to play against each other, all the players. You can play one up to 4. It might add more people, but you're probably gonna need more dice. But yeah, I think it can be played by 100 people. Doesn't matter. It's gonna take a long time. That's one of the main problems. So the game basically has 2 parts. One are the disciplines where you're playing with, and the other one is the training. But you see down there, it's the timeline. So you're going to do some training, do the first discipline, which is fixed. I see there's number 1 there, so it's a fixed one, the 100 meters running. It's a fixed one. And then you will do the first competition, then against training, the 2 and 3 that you, between the players, are going to decide which one of those do you want to play. Training again, 4 and 5, and maybe, just maybe, this training it will no longer be here. I'm continuing playtesting the game, so I don't know if it's gonna be here or not. Maybe it's gonna have 3 stages of training only, then in the middle some disciplines, and then the rest of the disciplines. The cool thing about the disciplines is that each discipline has its own rules. It doesn't mean that all the disciplines are gonna play the same way. So let me explain a little bit. Well, I put here a flag, so you can create any flag that you want, just optional. The name on it, I'm Pablo. I put a number here. I recommend that this number will be the same one that you play along with all your friends. So I will use the 28 because I really like that one. Why is that? Because the game has some kind of a legacy that when you hit a record, I mean, when you do one of the disciplines and you hit the record, the Olympic dice record from your home, well, you will keep it here. So this legacy thing is that when you play again the game, you can put the record, and the winner of the older record, the one that has the record right now, is gonna earn 1 star from this bottle, which are the refresh bottle. I'm gonna explain that in a little bit. So, like I say, you should keep the same number for each of the players of your home. Then you will have to put how many players do you play. In this case, I'm gonna do an example of 2. You see down there you can scratch 1, 2, 3, or 4, and depends on which one do you put is the amount of dice that you're gonna be on the game. So in this case it's gonna be 10 dice. So you're gonna need 10 dice, and here we go. So probably I'm gonna be this guy and the other one with another flag. Doesn't matter the flag, it's totally optional. I'm gonna play the number 2nd as the other player, 2nd, and the number 7, whatever. Also playing with 2, and it's gonna use 10 dice. So this is the player 2. So now, like I said, there's a timeline. We're going first with the training. How does the training work? Well, first we're gonna scratch this. Like I'm the first player, I'm gonna do the first training. Well, first you have to decide which are gonna be from the 2nd to the 7th disciplines. This time we're going pretty straightforward. Let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If you want to change the number, you decided with the other players at the beginning of the game. So now, like I say, do the training. On the training, you're gonna throw all the dices. And once you throw all the dices, what you have to do is to group them by the value that they came out, pretty much like this, and like this. So we have 3 value 5, 2 value 3, 3 value 1, 2 value 2. There's 6 things, 6 variables that you can train your you can train for. So you have a strength, resistance, intelligence, concentration, power, balance. What it means is that if you hit all the stars from that thing, you're gonna earn that thing as training. Also, if you hit, for example, the 5 stars from number one is 6 strength. So once you have it, you check this, and then you go to the disciplines that it has a 1 in there, like this one, for example, weightlifting. Of course, this is strength. And what else here? Javelin. Well, you hit there, which means that you will have that bonus during the play of that game. So the idea is to get the training, as many train as possible, to earn this bonus that each game has. So as you see, the first one, it doesn't have any bonus because there is no training first. Probably with the first train, you're not gonna hit anything. So after you do the training, then you will move to the number 1. So how about the training? Like I say, you throw all the dice and you do this, and then you decide how many of the dice you're gonna take and which value you're gonna take, and then you decide to go for this. So let's say, okay, I will be training for number 2 and 3. I'm gonna be training for number 2 and 3. This has the 2, 5 power up, 3, 4 power up, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm the 4 as well. Well, the 4 is easy, but there is no 4, so there's no need for that. Let's see, if I train the 5, I have 3. Well, the 5 requires a lot of stars, but the 5 by itself has a cool features on the next trial, on the next training. Yeah, let's do the 5. So what I do here is to cross as many stars as I have dice here. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3. And then I give the other player the opportunity to take one of this. He also will draft, let's say he draft the 3 ones. So he will be drafting the 3 ones here. 1, 2, 3. The other thing that it needs to learn during training is that, let me throw it again. We finished training. We're gonna go for phase 1, but I want to show you something. That when you do the selection, okay, and you do the drafting, so the player that throws, select 1 dice, it gives the other player the other one to train. The other ones are gone, and the ones that it has only 1 value are for the player that throw stars from the refreshment. What it does is that when you hit these 3 stars, you're gonna earn 1 refresh, and 1 refresh means 1 star from training. So let's say I throw, I get the 3, 5, the other player get the 3, 3, and then it was 3 dice that has only 1. So I hit the 3 stars here, 1, 2, 3, and because I hit the 3, I get 1 bottle, and because I get 1 bottle, I'm gonna go for a new star here on training. That's how it works. So during drafting, you will not just get advantage of the dice that come with more than 1 value, but also the one that throw has the advantage of this as these little bottles, little refreshments. So the other player is gonna do the same. I'm gonna skip that part. So the other player throw, it receive 4 dice of value 3 and 1 refreshment because there was 1 die that throw 1 value by itself. But that throw allows me to complete my 5 training. So now I have the number 5 on one of my skills, and which means that I will take all the 5s that are here, and I do a cross here, and I do a cross here, and here. So now, when I'm doing this discipline, I'm gonna have this little advantage. The advantage, on the rule book it says the symbols, but this advantage, what it does is that 1 die, you can put a value +1 or -1 of the one that it comes out. And why is that? Because each discipline has its own way to throw the game, So the first one, it says how many dice you will require for each player. It tells you that you are playing against another player. It tells you that if there is more than, if there is more than 4 players, because 3 players, because 3 by 3 it's 12, and the idea is not to make more than 12 dice. it's gonna have this classification issue. So if there is, for example, 4 players, they're gonna play 2 against 2, and then on the that's considered like semifinals, and then finals, they're gonna hit the mark. It's a real-time game. Those are the symbols that you see here. And an explanation, the real-time. Everyone rolls at the same time at the speed they can. The dice must roll to be valid. If the 4 dice are the same, yell done. You can leave dice on the table, and you can, if you're looking for a particular number during the game. If there is a tie, the player with the highest number win. So what it does, this discipline, it's like each player is gonna throw 4 dice, and the idea is to get the four dice as the same value, and you do it in real time. So you start, it say 1, 2, 3. Just drop 1 dice. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, nothing. Again, okay. I have to 2. I won't gonna keep it. Let's boot it. Move it. You have to do it like this. Yeah, done. That's it. The first one, it's a 100 meters running. So it's gonna be the winner. If you want to time, you can put the time there, and then the first one is gonna get the gold medal, silver, and bronze, and the diploma is the 4th one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's playing by 4. If there is no Olympic record, let's say I just take 9 seconds to do it, so I put 9 sec, and if there is no record here, I broke the record because there's none. I'm the player 28, and because I broke the record, I earn 1 bottle. So I'm gonna hit this one. What will happen if we already played the game and we have already a record between our friends? If I broke, the guy that it has the record, when you start the game, the guy that it has the record, if it's playing, he's gonna earn 1 refreshment. And if I broke it, I'm gonna put the new record here, and also I'm earning 1 refresh. Just a legacy thing that I really like on the game. So now, of course, we do the discipline 1. We go back to training, same thing, take all the dices, what it says, remember that we have to take all the dices that I say here, throw, organize them like this, here, this, okay. I have 2 refreshments to take, that's for free, and then I have to choose which one of these are gonna improve my skills. In this case, because they're 4 value 6, I think the question is quite easy, like this. Actually, if I get 1 more refresh, I just hit the 6 and I get this, and I get the ability of 6 where it's used. So because I choose this, I have this as my refreshment. The other player is gonna decide to go to the 5 or the 4. He will go for the 4, so he chooses the 4, and that's it. If we are more than 2 players, if the 3, the only one that take advantage of my training, it's myself and the next player, not all the players, just myself and the next player. I'm gonna take the refreshment, I'm gonna take the cards the dice that I want, and then the next player is gonna take that advantage. But that's it. When he throw, if there is a 3rd player, he's gonna take all the dices, and the 3rd player is gonna take that advantage. It's like this. You throw, the one on as the next player is the only one that had advantage on the game. And well, that's pretty much straightforward. Once you go to training, you go back to 2 and 3. This time it's weightlifting. The requirement is that it's a 4 dice game. It's you play by yourself in an individual discipline, so you can play all along. It doesn't matter, or 1 by 1. What it says is that you can reroll 2 times any number of dice, or you can pass any time. At the end of your turn, 1 die must have a value 1 for the turn, so considered valid. Sum of the value of the dice that result in the event of the number multiplied by 10. So you can reroll, there's 4, you can reroll 2 times, so you throw 1. Because I have already 1, so it's gonna be valid. So I can keep all this, and it's gonna have a 50 plus 6, it's a 110 kilos. Or I can say, oh, I'm gonna keep this and do this. And well, I have the same, 108 kilos. I can reroll 2 times, right? Any number of times, or you can pass any time. So I have this. So my result is 110 kilograms. And then we compare with all the players. I don't have any benefit because I didn't hit the mark on training. So the benefit is to get one dice down. For example, if there is no value 1, but I have one value 2, I can put one dice down so I make the throw valid. If I have this bonus, which I don't, I can increase 1. I can reroll 1 die. Here, well, this discipline is swimming 50 meters. You will play with 3 dice as you will play against the other players. I get the bonus because I already do the training. So one of the dice, one time, all this I can be used one time. I'm going to increase by 1 or less 1 by the value. And on swimming, for example, you have to throw the dice, the 3 dice, and you have to go step by step. You cannot skip the numbers. You have to throw 3. So it's 1 throw. I hit the 1, so I get the 1. Okay, hit again. No 2, 2 throws, 3 throws, but I can, like I said, like it says here, that I can add the value of 2. So I have this, it's a 2, so I hit the 2. Now I'm looking for the 3. That's a 4 throw. No 3. What will happen if there is a 3? Well, 3, 4, 5, because it's it's a one next to the other. I can hit all 3 on 1 throw. And the amount of throw, once you put it here, once you end up, when you get the 10, and of course the one that throw less, it's a winner. So the idea is that okay, here I was first, here I was second, here I was second. On archery, you will use 3 dices, and there's some things there that you have to read. So I go first. Javelin, pretty much like weightlifting, it's how many dices can you get. Let's explain a little bit. Archery, for example, you will get 1 point for each 3 or 4 that you throw. If the 3 numbers came together, you earn 5 points. So what you do there, it's throw. I get 2 points. Throw again. 3, 4 points. None. So I have to leap 1 die, and I have 4 points. 5, I get all together. 6, get all together. 7, 8, 9 points, and so on and so on. 10 points. Let's say if you don't have any value, you have to keep 1. You throw again. No value, you have to keep 1 again. No 3 or 4. Then you lose. So you have to put them as many points as you get there. Javelin, well, you throw all the dices, 5 of those dices. The objective is to have the highest score, so you throw. You have to keep at least 1 die on the table, so it's a 6. You throw again. I'm going to get this 6 as well. Here, I'm going to get this 4, this 3, and this 6. So 18, 22, 25, plus 10, because it says here that you have to, multiply by 5, not 10. So you put the meters here, all the meters that you done. So it's a 50 meters, and I won. Let's say I won. The hurdleless. Well, the hurdleless, it's in real time as well with the other players. But you see, there's a missing here. There's a missing clock there. That is told you that's a real time game. There's some things that might be still undeveloped. So it says that you have to take 3 dices, and you have to take first, you have to sum them and get plus 8. So 4, 6 plus 4, it's 10. So I get this. Okay, I need to get 12, 11, 14. I'm in. And the other one, I need to get a 14. Well, I get it. It was easy. So once the one that it earns, you take the time here and say, okay, I'm the winner. Fencing is the more complicated of the disciplines. So you're gonna have to use 4 dices, but one of those is gonna be your life. You put it there and counting as your life. So what you will do is on each throw, the number 1 and 2 will represent attack. So in this throw, I have 1 attack point. So the other player, let's move this a little bit. I'm gonna put this, the life is 6. It has to throw. So he has also 1 attack point. No defense. 6 represents defense point, no defense. So he received 1 damage and he received 1 damage. I mean, 1 attack. I'm sorry, 1 defense here, so he don't receive damage. But the other one as well. So now it's this turn, 1 hit, 1 defense, and this throw, 2 defense. So it defends itself and nothing happens. So now it's this turn, this guy turn, 1 hit, no defense, no defense, no hit. You have to receive this. So it's the other player's turn. 1 hit, no defense. Here we go, 1 defense, so nothing happens. And then you move your life until you get 1. And let's say you have 1, you throw, there's no defense, and the other guy throw 1 attack, boom, you're dead. If both players are on the same round as 1 and both players die, it's a sudden that it became to 1 again, and they throw all again. So that's pretty much how the game works. On each discipline has its own rules that I explained it there. I put how many gold medals you earn, how many silver, how many bronze, how many diplomas. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 gold medals. So it's a 4. 1, 2, 3 silver medals. So you have to put 4 by 3 is 12. So you have a 12 plus 3 by 2 is 6. I have an 18 points. If the other player do the math, and well, the one that has a higher point is the winner. But if both has the same tile, I mean they get the same tile, will not happen on a 2 players game, but in a 3 players it might happen. Well, the one that has more golds is gonna be the winner. If they're both diamond gold, the one that has the most silver, and so on and so on. So this is Olympic Dice Guy. Thank you so much for taking the time to look at. Of course, there might be some modifications during the contest, but the game is pretty straightforward right now. The only thing that I'm still working on, if there is a need on this training, or it will be just removed. So thank you so much. Have a nice one.